Springfield Senior Night. Tonight we're going to take a few minutes to honor our 6 members of the Springfield Cougars boys basketball program. Before we recognize our senior Cougars, we'd like to thank Harriton High School and Coach Alex Shippen for allowing us to recognize our seniors. We'd also like to congratulate the seniors on Harriton High School this year and ask them to all stand and we give them a round of applause and we wish them success following their high school career. Now we'll introduce each senior as well as their family and invite them to meet at half court where a flower will be presented along with having a photo taken. After being recognized, each family can line up on the sideline to do a quick group photo at the end of the ceremony. Our first senior is Peter McMonigal. Peter is a 2-year participant in the basketball program, having played 9th grade basketball for Coach Vandenberg before exploring other interests and coming back to basketball his senior year. Peter is escorted tonight by his parents Rich and May McMonigal. Peter enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps and was sworn in last August. He will report to the Marine Corps boot camp in Parris Island, South Carolina on June 17. Peter has requested to be in the infantry, the backbone of the Marine Corps. He would like to give a shout out to his older brother Andy, who's a Marine vet. Peter's favorite memories include playing in the games and the summer tournaments with his teammates. Congratulations and thank you to Peter McMonigal. Our second senior is Jameer Marshall. Jameer is a 3-year member of the basketball program. After not playing as a 9th grader, he decided he wanted to be a varsity basketball player and set in motion one of the most impressive basketball improvements coaches witnessed in his years of coaching, earning varsity time this season. Escorting Jameer tonight is his father Darryl, his mother Felicia, his brothers Devin and Darryl, and his sister Sanaa. Jameer plans on attending college after graduation, but his college choice is undecided at the time. His favorite memory is the district playoff run at Penn State last season, earning a spot in the state tournament. Jameer wants to give a special shout out to his mom for always being there for him. Congrats and thank you. Jameer Marshall. Our third senior, Sammy DiGregorio. Sammy is a 4-year member of the basketball program. He is escorted this evening by his parents Sam and Kristen DiGregorio. Sammy is a multi-sport athlete here at Springfield competing with the golf team in the fall. His favorite high school basketball memories were the bus rides to and from games with his teammates, especially after wins. Sammy will be attending St. Joe's University next year, pursuing a degree in actuarial science. Sammy will thank his parents and grandparents for all their support during his 4 years at Springfield High School. Congrats and thank you, Sammy DiGregorio. Our next senior is Austin Dreger. Austin is another 4-year member of our basketball program. He is escorted tonight by his mother Jan, father Andrew, and his brother and 2023 Cougar hoop alum Owen. Austin is a well-rounded student athlete at Springfield. He's currently undecided about his college destination. Austin's favorite memory is hitting the JV game winner 3-point shot against Pencrest in the sophomore season. Austin wants to give a special shout out to Coach Stiver. Congratulations, Austin, and thank you for everything. Austin Dreger. Our 5th senior is tri-captain Chris Dolan. Chris is another 4-year participant in our program. He'll be escorted tonight by his mother and father, Lindsay and Bob Dolan. Chris is another multi-sport athlete at Springfield, excelling on the football field in the fall, as he was a first-team All-Delco and All-Central defensive back and a first-team All-Central wide receiver. Chris recently committed to continue his education and football career at Westchester University in the include the district and state playoff games last year, along with the bus rides after wins. Congrats, and thank you for everything you've done. Chris Dolan, everyone. Our sixth and final senior is tri-captain Patrick Flaherty. Patrick is a 4-year member of the varsity basketball team. He will be escorted tonight by his parents, Katie and Brian. Patrick is another multi-sport athlete competing for the golf team in the fall and excelling on the lacrosse team in the spring. Patrick has earned numerous accolades in lacrosse, culminating in a lacrosse scholarship to the University of Maryland, where he will be a business major. Patrick's favorite memories are going out to eat after the games with his teammates. Patrick wants to send a special shout out to his grandparents for all the support over the years. Congratulations and thank you to Patrick Flaherty for an exciting 4 years. Thank you to our 6 seniors for all your contributions, and we wish you the very best in college, military, and beyond. Thank you.
Welcome to the gymnasium here at Springfield High School and tonight's Central League boys basketball game between the visiting Rams of Harriton High School and your hometown Cougars of Springfield High School. My name's Don Cadge. I'll be bringing you play-by-play tonight. With me is color commentator Don Mooney. Don, believe it or not, this is the final game of the regular season this year. Can you believe it?
No, I'm telling you, it has just flown by. You know, we've done a lot of games here in the Blue Gym, all the home games. And just an amazing season. And Springfield has had their ups and downs. You know what I mean? They got on some winning streaks. They ended up losing games they should not have lost. And they're still there. They're going to be in the Central League playoffs. They're going to be in the district playoffs. And obviously they're going to be trying to figure out a way to do this without Pat Flaherty for a couple of weeks, maybe 2 more weeks. So he's going to miss the Central League playoffs this weekend for sure. And then not even sure whether he gets where we start the districts, whether he's even ready for that by that point in time. And the Cougars are going to have to figure this out. They did good. They had an unbelievable game against Pencrest. It was a very low-scoring game. Neither team could really put it in the bucket. We ended up winning at the end. The freshman Mason Ellis came through and made some great 3 out of 4 foul shots with less than 15 seconds to go. But the next night we come right back out and we struggle offensively. We're just out of rhythm. If you watch the game, they just could not get into an offensive rhythm. That's going to be the challenge as they come into the playoffs here for sure without Flaherty handling the team.
Yeah, Springfield will likely also miss Patrick's uncanny ability to penetrate to the glass. He has one of the quickest first steps I've ever seen from either the top of the key or the free throw line or even down on the baseline. When he gets that little crack and he's intending to go to the glass, he almost always gets under the basket for either a routine layup or a reverse layup of some sort. And he makes 95% of them. So that penetration ability will be missed.
Yeah, and the thing we don't appreciate, because it's a lot of undercover work, is the way he plays defense on the opposing point guard, and he takes them out of the rhythm of their offense. It's very hard when you got Pat really pressuring the point guard wherever it is all over the floor, not allowing the easy pass in, not allowing the penetration. It's a whole part of the game that people don't appreciate that really makes a huge difference.
And that's probably the cornerstone to why Springfield's MO, as it were, is physicality and, to your point, defense even before the offense gets discussed. So Harriton comes to the gym tonight. They have lost 9 of their last 10. The only win they had was a non-league game against Interborough. So 9 out of 10, they're not on a good streak, and in the last 5 games, they've scored in the 30s. Springfield, meanwhile, has been up and down, but even with that, the Cougars have won 6 of the last 10. Of course, they've had their entire complement of players for those games, except for the 2 that you described without Patrick Flaherty. So we'll see how this game goes. We have a lot to talk about tonight regarding both Central League playoffs and district playoffs, and we'll try to touch on the girls' situation as well, because that's probably even a little bit more intriguing now than the boys. So you mentioned that the Cougars will qualify for Central League playoffs. That is correct. The question is, will Springfield end up number 5 or number 6 in the league? Unfortunately, that means there will not be a home game for Central League playoffs here next Thursday. The Cougars will be on the road somewhere, and we'll try to figure that out as the night goes on. And now, here are the starting lineups for the Harriton Rams. First starter, number 15, Jonah Schneider. Second player out is number 10, Cole Chodkowski. Third starter, number 33, Charlie Klein. Next out is number 12. Well, we don't have a number 12, Don. Or
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Ian Cohen is number 12 on the JV roster. That's interesting. And the final starter is number 1, Theo Novik. And now, here is the starting lineup for your hometown Cougars of Springfield High School. Let's see if the senior tradition holds, Don. This is senior night.
Yeah, and this is Kevin McCormick at his best. He always honors the seniors on senior night. He starts all seniors if he's got more than 4 or 5.
First starter, senior number 3, Chris Dolan. Followed out by senior Peter McMonagle. Third starter, number 2, senior Jameer Marshall. The trend seems to be pretty apparent here, Don. Next starter, number 13, senior Sam D. Gregorio. And the final starter will be number 24, senior Austin Dreger. The Cougars start 5 seniors here in their final home game during the regular season at Springfield High School.
It's a great honor for the seniors to do it. And Sandy Gregorio has not gotten much time, if any, this senior, so he's starting tonight, which is a big thrill for him, I'm sure.
So we now invite all of you at home to join us here in the gym in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem.
By our very own Springfield High School 10th grader, Viviana Conaron.
When these two teams met earlier in the season up at Harriton, it was Friday night, January the 3rd, just about a month ago. And what was a typical defensive slugfest, the Cougars came out victorious, but the score was only 40-37. So even though Harriton's record is not that good this season, the Rams are 5-16 overall, 2-13 in the league, compared to Springfield's record of 14-7 overall, 9-6 in the league, and going to be in the Central League playoffs. It was only a 3-point game, so anything can happen in Central League ball this year.
Yeah, and Harriton's always athletic. They're going to put a good defensive effort up. It's whether they can score is usually their challenge. Sometimes they have a great athlete that can put it in the basket. Otherwise, they probably have struggled this year, and they're going to make it competitive with their defensive effort for sure.
Peter McMonagle jumps center for the Cougars, gets the tip over to Jameer Marshall. Springfield with the ball for the first possession. This is Drager with it. Top of the key to Marshall. Jameer. Back to Austin Drager. He's going to go to the basket, puts up a floating layup and scores. That gets the entire Springfield High School team giving him a standing ovation. That's a great start for the senior, Austin Drager.
Yeah, he put his head down and went hard to the basket, finished strong up on the layup.
This is Theo Novick with the ball. He passes across court to Ian Cohen. Back to Novick. Two guys are playing catch at the moment. High post to the corner to Jonah Schneider. Back out. Springfield looks like they're in some type of
it's a zone. So this may be one of the switches with Pat not being in there, Flaherty not being in there. They may end up playing more zone than they ever have at any point in time in the year.
Ball stolen. Nice steal by Peter McMonagle. He fell hard to the floor, but the ball was tipped to a Harriton player. It's going to be a reach-in foul on Jameer Marshall. That'll be the first foul for either team tonight. Theo Novick will bring the ball in for the Rams. Long pass out, past midcourt to Charlie Klein. Klein gets it over to Novick. Cross-court pass back to Novick. Ball stolen, knocked away smartly by the Cougar defense, picked up by Jameer Marshall. He gets it over to Chris Dolan, into the corner, back to Chris, cross-court to Jameer. Three-pointer put up a little bit strong, back rim. That was Sandy Gregorio with the shot, looked good in the air. just a little bit off, and the ball's out of bounds.
He's going to try and get in that scorebook for sure. So it was a fine 3, just a little bit long.
High post, passed back out to the wing. Good defense by the Cougars. Once again, high post, 3-point shot, wide open, back rim, no good. Scramble, Chris Dolan comes out with it. He's going one-on-one. Chris is going to go to the basket, and he's fouled by Theo Novick. I think Theo found himself a bit outmatched there with Dolan charging at him. What do you think?
I was hoping Chris was going to get to the middle there, flip it back to his right side and hang it over the top, but he got banged on going up the left side.
Pass in to Jameer Marshall. Shot's a little bit strong. Rebound down to Theo Novick. Here come the Rams. We've played just over 2 minutes here in a low-scoring first quarter so far. Jonah Schneider with the ball. Over to Novick. Shots put up, no good. Nice move to the bucket there by Charlie Klein, but his shot was too strong. Rebound taken down by Springfield into the corner. Back out to Dreger. To McMonagle. Dolan thought about the shot. Top of the key. Into the corner. 3-pointer. Another back rim. Boy, those are good shots by Di Gregorio. They're just a little bit too close to the backboard, but the trajectory is outstanding.
Well, they're the shots we'd like to see Logan Cobb get more of in those corners. He loves shooting from the corner.
Schneider with it. Over to Novick. There's Schneider. The shot's good. Nothing but net for Jonah Schneider. And that 3-pointer puts Harriton up by a point at 3-2. Marshall pulls it out. Gets it to Chris Dolan. Harriton in a man-to-man defense. Into the corner. Once again, shot is up this time. It's good. Sandy Gregorio with a 3-point bucket. Just keep shooting them. He made the adjustment, Don. It was a perfect shot.
Yep. That's what shooters do. They keep shooting.
Cougars up 2. In decline. Top of the key. Passed around to Novick. Back to Schneider. Left-handed shotter. Up, no good. Shooter gets his own rebound. Puts the putback up, no good. Cole Chodkowski gets the offensive rebound for the Rams. Down the lane. Shots up, no good. Fight for the rebound. Chris Dolan saves it, but it's out to a Harriton player. It takes a 3-point shot and scores. Once again, that's Jonah Schneider. Harriton's offense so far tonight is all Jonah Schneider. He has all 6 of Harriton's points. Dreger over to Marshall. Jameer to Sam Di Gregorio. Austin with the ball. Cross-court pass to Chris. Top of the key goes Dolan. Knocked away. Marshall gets it to the baseline. McMonagle wide open. Backs in. Passes out to Dolan. Chris headed to the basket. To McMonagle for 3. It's a little short. Rebound to Harriton. Here come the Rams. Up by a point. Ball stolen nicely by Sam Di Gregorio. And Springfield will have a chance to retake the lead. There goes Dolan. Shot was up and no good, but he's fouled going to the basket. He'll go to the free throw line. Peter Altez, Tom Toomey, and TJ Valetti are up off the bench, ready to check in for Springfield.
Yeah, good move by Coach. He's gotten these guys 6 minutes of varsity experience. Wonderful.
First free throw for Chris Dolan's good. Second free throw coming for Dolan. There's a chance to put the Cougars back in the lead. This one's no good. Ball's out of bounds. It'll be Cougar ball. Chris Dolan will bringing it in from under his own basket. Puts it over to Valetti. TJ, top of the key to McMonagle. Toomey had the shot, didn't take it. Passes it over to Valetti to the baseline. TJ passes it to Chris Dolan. Up and under goes Chris Dolan. Nice feed from Valetti to Dolan for the deuce. And the Cougars take a 2-point lead with 2:16 to go here in the first quarter. Nice move to the basket by Cole Chodkowski of Harriton. Ties the game back up. Valetti to Toomey. McMonagle to Dolan. He's going to the basket again and he scores. Chris Dolan taking it hard to the bucket. Don, do you think with Pat Flaherty out, we may see a lot more aggressiveness from Chris Dolan on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, it's a good observation. I'm sure the coaching staff has told them we need some offense from you. You know what I mean? We're missing. Pat was averaging probably 12 points a game. We got to pick it up somewhere.
And it might be not just him, but my guess is that the coaching staff has talked a lot to these guys about the need to be more aggressive offensively. Because what you just said, you know, Patrick, either the first or second leading scorer on the team. And as we speak, there goes Chris Dolan again. Is that 3 buckets in a row for Chris?
Yeah, he's got 7 in the quarter here, the first quarter. I don't think we've seen that all year, and this is what we need, him to start feeling comfortable from where he ended last year in those state playoffs, making big shots for us.
Well, he certainly can, generally, if they're playing man, he can certainly, physically anyway, beat the guy who's trying to defend him. I think you're right. It's probably just a matter of confidence. So far here in the first quarter, Chris Dolan looking really good. We're down to 42 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Shots no good. Rebound down to Altez, who passes it to Toomey for the bucket. The Cougars are on a run here. 8 in a row for Springfield. Pep tries to steal the ball. It's rolling down the floor, knocked out by Pep Altez. Don, I really enjoyed watching Pep covering the all-star player for Marple Newtown.
Marple Gardner. Yeah,
he was all over Gardner. It was so much fun to watch him play. Gardner had a reasonable game, but not an overwhelming game, and it helped the Cougars stage a wonderful comeback and win that game. Nice move to the bucket there by Charlie Klein. Short jump shot's good. Final shot by TJ is no good. That'll be the end of the first quarter of play. With the score, your hometown Cougars of Springfield 14 and the visiting Rams of Harriton High School 10. Well, a lot was accomplished in that quarter. The seniors got a lot of action. They played well. Some of the regulars came back in. The team played even better and took this 4-point lead.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. We ended up scoring 8 points there, which is just great for those guys that come off the bench cold as the other seniors were playing the first 6 minutes, and they came in aggressive. And Dolan had already been out there, and he just continued to do what he was doing. So it's great to see him get on the board with 7 points in the first quarter. So
back to Central League playoffs for a minute. Next Thursday night, the Cougars will travel to either Conestoga or Garnet Valley for a first-round game, a quarterfinal round game in Central League playoffs. If Springfield wins that game, they will play either Pencrest or Lower Merion. I confirmed with the athletic director, Tom Lemieux, that there is reseeding in Central League playoffs. So even after a victory, you have to wait to see how the other game goes to figure out whether you're going to play the likely 1 seed Pencrest or the 2 seed likely Lower Merion. We say likely because they're all playing tonight. They should win the games they're playing, but you never know in Central League basketball.
And those games start Thursday, 2 nights? It's this weekend they finish the Central League, or is it a week wait? I think it's this weekend.
It's this week. I'm sorry, it's this Thursday.
Yeah,
you're right.
And then the weekend, yeah.
Yeah, because the districts start on Friday the 14th, which we'll talk about at the next break. Beautiful pass over to TJ. Pass knocked out smartly by a quick hand of a Harriton player. And here come the Rams. and in. Draws the Rams back to 2. Harriton showing three-quarter court pressure here. Valetti with it. Gets it to Altez. Pep. Long pass down to McMonagle. And out to Logan Cobb. He pulls it out. Valetti on the point. Over to Tom Toomey. To Altez. Swung around to Cobb. Altez, beautiful pass to McMonagle. Good pass into. He gets his own rebound, puts it up. No good. 2 in a row that were missed. 2 good opportunities there for Peter McMonagle. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Harriton. It'll be Cougar ball.
Yeah, Harriton's got some players in here, Don. We're going to have to adjust. They got 21 and number 20. These are JV players, I think, that are playing here. 21, Zach Woodbury. 32's not on either roster, and he's in the game also. We'll have to find out at halftime who these players are.
Yeah, I talked to the coach before the game. He has a couple kids hurt and one who's sick, so I'm not surprised that he's bringing some of the younger guys up from the JV squad. This happens sometimes at the end of the season. Coaches want to get a look at some of their younger players.
Sure.
So we'll figure that out. Pass it along. Meanwhile, Logan Cobb's going to bring the ball in again under his own basket. Only 2 points have been scored so far here in the second quarter. Valetti has it to Toomey. McMonagle on the baseline. Back to Tom. Tom's looking to go to the basket. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll be Harriton ball. Freshman number 22, Mason Ellis, checks into the game for Springfield.
And this is really, I'm sure, Coach needs to get Mason some more minutes. He's going to have to be a factor here in the playoffs, both this week and the following week. He's got to get some good game time and be comfortable playing or even point guard.
Number 14, Nate Seltzer's in the game for the Rams, as is number 0, Billy Wurtzel. A little unusual watching Springfield play zone, but they're doing it. Aaron pass picked up by Nate Seltzer, and he puts it in for the 2-point shot. That ties the game at 14. Valetti has the ball to the corner. Shots up, a little short. How's Mason Ellis? Rebound down to the Rams. Harriton down by 4 at the end of the first quarter. Has tied the game and now could take the lead. We have 4:49 remaining in the first half. Wurtzel goes to the glass, passes it out. 3-point shot put up, a little bit too strong. Rebound down to Valetti. Here come the Cougars. Into the corner to Toomey. To Valetti, goes to the basket, goes up and scores and gets fouled. Good strong move to the glass by TJ Valetti. Regains the lead for Springfield. That gets Charlie Klein up off the bench for Harriton. He'll re-enter the game. I think they're looking for an inside presence, Don. Valetti at the line, trying to complete the 3-point play. Shots up, a little short. Klein with the rebound for Harriton. Long pass out. Ball knocked away and stolen. TJ Valetti picks it out of midair. Here come the Cougars. TJ into the corner. There's Cougars 3-point shooter Logan Cobb. That one's a bit short. Rebound to the Rams.
That's a good shot for Logan. We got to get him going. We're going to need him to be hitting those big threes to break momentum runs and also put momentum runs on for us.
Good defense by Tom Toomey down the baseline. Corner was wide open. Player held onto the ball anyway. Shot by number 32 is up and short. Ball knocked around. Out it goes to the Harriton player. Excellent defense by Springfield. Is Tom Toomey with it. Toomey into the corner. Put up by Pep. A little short. Klein's come in and gotten 2 defensive rebounds for the Rams. Gets it out to the point guard who will slow it down. We're just under 3 minutes remaining in a pretty quick first half. There have been very few fouls, only 2 here in this quarter. Looked like there could have been a traveling violation there, but nothing called. Corner, back out. Have a foul called on Springfield. Chris Dolan replaces Tom Toomey for Springfield. Back in the game for the Rams are number 1 Theo Novick and number 10 Cole Chodkowski. Pass goes out to Chodkowski, guarded by Valetti. Cross court, 3-point jumper put up, no good.
I'm surprised Lower Marion has kept Schneider on the bench here. He had 2 threes in the first quarter. He's not come back in this quarter.
This is Mason Ellis with the ball. Nice pass down the baseline to the corner. Pep Altez for 3, it's good. Pep Altez extends the lead to 5. That's Springfield's biggest lead of the game so far. As the clock ticks under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Klein, top of the key. Gets it out to Novick. Chodkowski with it. Springfield zone switching towards the ball. Good movement of the feet by the defense of Springfield. We have 1:23 to go. That pass a little bit too far out of the reach of Theo Novick. It goes out of bounds. So an unforced error there. See if Springfield could take advantage of this.
And they're back to playing man, so they're trying to control the tempo of the game, trying to speed Harriton up in their offense.
Dolan to Ellis, to Valetti, TJ, back to Ellis, Dolan in the corner, pulls it back out. We have 1 minute remaining in the first half. Valetti has the ball knocked away, passed back out to Logan Cobb. Logan's open. It's Cobb's shot, a little short. Gets it back. Ball tipped away smartly by Theo Novick, and Harriton gets the steal. It's Novick with it, guarded by Cobb. Gets it out to the point. We have 28 seconds to go here in the first half. Harriton calling a timeout. They're probably looking to take the final shot. Don Harriton has a first-year head coach this year. His name is Alex Shippett. He's a 2014 graduate of Harriton High School. He went on to play collegiate ball at Alvernia University. He was an assistant to Jesse Rappaport for the last 2 years and has replaced Jesse now as first-year head coach. Must be kind of fun to be a head coach for the very first time.
Yeah, I mean, Harriton's had turnover in both their female and their male teams. It's good that they get somebody that's consistent in there, you know what I mean? So he's a young guy, played in college. I'm sure he can bring a lot to the table in helping these guys play better, play more efficient offense, better defense, and let's see if he can't get something started for them. But it's so hard competing with their sister school there with Lower Marion, the number of players that they get compared to Harriton.
No doubt about it.
Makes it hard, yeah.
Exactly. exactly right. In other Central League action tonight, Radnor is at Pencrest, Upper Darby at Lower Merion. Conestoga visits Haverford. That could be an interesting game. Ridley is at Garnet Valley. In a game that could have some consequences on seeding for Central League and districts, which we'll talk about in the second half. Strathaven hosts Marple Newtown. A correction, that game is at Marple. So there's a lot of good Central League action tonight on the final evening of regular season high school basketball. Down to 10 seconds, goes into the corner. Three-point shots put up, and the player gets knocked to the floor and fouled. Billy Wurtzel, beautiful three-point shot. He could complete a 4-point play. So what was a 5-point lead as we were ending the half could be down to a single point, Don. Could be a momentum.
Yeah, it's just a tough.
Harriton.
Always tough before the half to give up a 3 and then a 4-point play.
4-point play.
Worse.
So there's still 7 seconds to go. Cougars have got a chance at a shot. It's Mason Ellis with it. Chris Dolan stops and takes a 3-pointer. Oh, it looked good in the air. Not quite. That'll be the end of the first half. With the score, your hometown Cougars of Springfield 19 and the visiting Rams of Harriton High School 18. Harriton outscored Springfield 8-5 in the second quarter to reduce their 4-point deficit after one to the current margin of just 1 point here at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, not the quarter. Offensively, we struggled there, and that's some of the discussion we had before the game started. Getting our offense in rhythm. They tried Mason Ellis. I guess also Valetti's been playing some point. It's just making it hard to get accustomed to what's happening on our offensive end. We also had some good looks. Logan Cobb had 2 good looks at threes. Pep Altes hit one, but he missed another one. So they're getting good shots. They just got to try and get them. The second quarter is one of those quarters. What we've seen them do is come out at halftime, and they really put a surge on to start that third quarter. Hopefully we'll see that tonight.
Come on out, give it a shot. $1.
So with that, we'll take about a 7-minute break. We encourage all of you to come back for what will be a most exciting second half of Central League High School basketball action here from Springfield High School. We'll see you then. Welcome back to Springfield High School. We're at halftime. We have a razor-thin game with the hometown Cougars enjoying just a 1-point advantage over the visiting Rams of Harriton High School. Harriton came to the gym tonight, losers of 9 out of 10 of their last games. Springfield, meanwhile, has won 6 of their last 10, but is missing their point guard. For the most part, Don, I would say Springfield kind of controlled that half, but the way it ended with a 4-point play for Harriton, turning a 5-point lead into just 1, could be a premonition that we're in for an interesting second half. What do you think?
Yeah, and I mean, we're doing a good job defensively. 18 points, has the game in the 30s, low 40s. So defensively, we're playing very well. We just struggled on offense there with only 5 points in the quarter, and we had scored 2 very beginning of the quarter, and then Pep Altiz hit a 3 midway through. We didn't score in the last minute and a half to 2 minutes. We got to be more consistent on offense, and I know Coach is trying to figure it out, who's going to get the flow of the offense going, whether it be Mason Ellis off the bench, or I think more than likely it's going to be Valetti handling it in the normal starting 5.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but one thing Springfield did not do well in the first half was shoot the 3-point shot. Cougars got most of their baskets down near the glass, which is fine, but at some point you got to start making 3-pointers. There's Chris Dolan. Chris had a strong first quarter, starts off the third quarter the same way with a layup 10 seconds into the third quarter. Good job by Chris.
Yeah, Chris has to realize we're a different team without Pat Flaherty. He's got to step up and think to be more offensive.
Pass goes out to Billy Worsley, stops and pops around the short. Rebound down to McMonagle. Gets it down to TJ Valetti. TJ to McMonagle. Peter to Pep Altez. Into the corner, Valetti for 3. It's good, just as we talked about. They proved me wrong, which if you're a Cougar fan, that's perfectly fine.
Especially with Valetti shooting it, you know what I mean? If he gets going from the 3, that just makes us a whole new team, different team.
So with that, Coach Alex Shippen, all of a sudden, after 1 minute and 3 seconds, sees his team give up 5 straight points. Don, you talked about how Springfield has a pretty good track record of coming out of halftime and hitting the offensive side of the basketball game pretty hard, and so far you've been proven right.
Yeah, I mean, that's our first 2 possessions. We get a 2 and then a 3. That's exactly how you scripted it. And then we held them on their only possession. So you just got to continue now. Now it's their ball. You hold them again. We go down and score 2 or 3 again. And we try to put the game back in our hands.
So we talked about the Central League playoffs. There will be no home games for that, but here is something you can all mark your calendars for. Friday evening, February the 14th, here from Springfield High School, there will be a first-round district playoff game at the Cougar Gym against a team to be determined. We'll talk a little bit more about that as the second half moves along. The ball actually hit the referee. I'm not sure it ever went out of bounds, but
I think half his foot was out and half his foot was in.
Long pass out to Billy Wurtzel, guarded by Pep. Wurtzel, top of the key, guarded by Toomey, into the corner. We're going to have a reach-in foul on McMonagle. Looks like a dive out there, Don. I'm not sure that was what it looked like, but they gave him the foul call.
Yeah, I think he just lost his balance. That's really what happened.
Cole Chodkowski brings the ball in. It's Wurzel with it into the corner, three-pointer short. Dolan keeps it alive, but Harriton gets the offensive board. That was something else that Harriton did pretty well in the first half, getting offensive rebounding. Coach McCormick is exhorting his team to get those defensive boards. Can't give teams multiple chances at the bucket, Don. That's a personal foul on Pep Altos, Springfield's second here in the third quarter. Pass goes into Wurzel, guarded by Altos. Springfield in a man-to-man coming out here in the third quarter. Forces a wild pass.
I mean, it's just frustrating. They're working so hard on their man-to-man defense. They have opportunities for rebounds or a steal right there, and we're just not getting there.
This is Charlie Klein. Gets it down to Chodkowski. Back to Klein. Pass stolen by McMonagle. Here come the Cougars. Altos to Dolan. Chris back to Pep. Goes to the bucket. Up, no good. Rebound, long rebound out to Chodkowski. Here comes Klein with it. He's going to back it out. Top of the key, Charlie Klein. There's their shooter. Goes up with a floater, in and out. And a putback. A nice putback by Jonah Schneider. Cuts the lead to 4. It's TJ Valetti with it for the Cougars. Over to Dolan. To Altos. Pep. Beautiful pass down to Valetti. Fight for the ball. It's loose on the floor. Picked up by Nate Seltzer. Here comes Harriton. Schneider. Guarded by Tooney. Chodkowski nowhere to go. Wide open three-pointer is good by Nate Seltzer. That was a very timely timeout by Coach Shippen. Harriton has now matched Springfield's first 5 points with 5 of their own. So we're back to the 1-point lead for the Cougars. McMonagle. Nice pass down to Toomey, up and good. Good look by Peter McMonagle. And Coach McCormick is not happy with some of the players on the defensive end, and he's letting them know it right now. Yeah. Teaching moment on the floor.
I mean, it's just they're just a step off. They have the rebound. It gets tapped to another player. They have a steal right in front of them. They're just a step late there. After the first 30 seconds of playing great D, it turned down a notch.
Now, with that said, they are forcing those loose balls or forcing missed shots. So do you think on average that's a good thing? And at least some of the time, if not most of the time, the Cougars will get those steals and rebounds?
Yeah, but, Coach is trying to open this up here. He doesn't want to keep this a 3 to 5 point game. Once you get it more to a 7 to 10 is what we're trying to do here.
So Jonah Schneider to bring it in. Cougars showing some pressure. Chris Dolan has to truck it on back down the floor. Harriton moves it around down low to Chodkowski. Goes up, shots up, around and out. Rebound to Chris Dolan. Chris got the word on getting rebounds. That's Tom Toomey with it. Toomey heads towards the basket. Goes up with a floater around and good. Never a doubt on that one, Don. Went around about 3 times before it dropped in.
And he's the other one. Toomey's the other one that just needs to say, look, I got to step up more on offense with Pat being out. I got to try to score 10 points. And right now he's got 6, but he's got to keep going here and get another 6 in this half.
And Charlie Klein passes it over to Schneider. Jonah guarded by Tom Toomey. This is Billy Wurzel with it, double teamed. Almost stepped out of bounds. Long cross-court pass retrieved by Schneider. Don't let him shoot. Chodkowski back to Schneider, left-hander, up and good. That Jonah Schneider is a nice little offensive player, Don. He can shoot to 3, and he also has some good moves to the basket.
Yeah, he's very methodical. He's not overly quick. He just takes his time and looks for the opening.
Dolan to McMonagle. Peter to Dolan for 3. It's good. Chris Dolan. Boy, it's great to see him pop that 3 from way out there.
I mean, really, if he could try to shoot 3 to 4 of those a game, that would really help.
As Klein with it. Gets it over to Chodkowski, back out to their shooter. Shots up, around and out. Jameer Marshall into the game for Springfield, gets the rebound. Gets it over to Valetti, down the baseline. He gets fouled. Going to be a reach-in foul called on Schneider. That's their first team foul here in the third quarter. Springfield's only committed 2. This has been a very fast-paced game, Don. Nobody's going to the free throw line. Very few stoppages of play. It's been pretty much up and down so far the whole way.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's been close to shooting free throws in either quarter.
Valetti over to Dolan. We have 2:35 remaining in the third quarter. Cougars up 6 with the ball. Valetti calls out the play. TJ spins into the corner to Toomey. Down low to McMonagle. Tries to get it over to Dolan. Good play by McMonagle to get it back. Peter had a shot there. There goes Valetti into the paint. Out to Toomey for 3. It's a little bit short. Battle for the rebound. They're going to call it on Marshall on the rebound. I'd like to see Pete McMonagle go up with one of those shots down in there.
Yeah, he's got good ups. He gets to the basket strong. Just take it up there. Maybe you get fouled or pump fake, and then go up, and maybe you're at the free throw line. He just got called for an over the back there on that rebound.
So Harriton down 6. We're approaching the 2-minute mark remaining in the third quarter. This is Wurtzel with it. Over to Jonah Axelman. Axelman in the corner, guarded by Dolan. Axelman into the paint. He's swinging around to the baseline for a short pop. No good. McMonagle with the rebound for the Cougars. Here comes Springfield, trying to extend the 6-point lead. Chris Dolan cross court to Toomey. McMonagle down low. Goes up. Gets it back out past TJ's feet. Nice job by TJ to corral that pass. Marshall for 3. A little short. No good. Rebound to Cole Chodkowski, and the Rams are on the run. Shots put up, around and out. Fight for the rebound. Marshall comes down with it to Toomey. Tom. It's knocked to the floor. We're going to have a personal foul called on Harriton. Hope Peter's okay. He's holding his finger coming out of the game. Let's hope he's okay. Goes over to the trainer.
It looked like his finger was bandaged to begin with.
I'll bring Mason Ellis into the game for Springfield. Corner to Marshall. Jameer. Pass down low to Toomey. Scramble on the floor. Picked up by Harriton. A couple errant passes here in the last few possessions. Going to be a travel called on Theo Novick. Pep Altos comes in for Jameer Marshall. We have 1:05 remaining in the third quarter. I'd like to see the Cougars get this lead out to double digits, Don, if possible. It's currently at 6. Valetti to the corner to Toomey for 3. It's good. Tom Toomey squares up and knocks down the 3. They must have heard us talk about them not shooting well in the first half, Don. They're doing pretty well here in the third.
Yeah, and Toomey's carrying us here. He's got 7 points in the quarter.
This is Jonah Axelman with the ball. Gets it to Chodkowski. Valetti overplaying him to the right. That was an interesting effort defensively there. Backing in is the Harriton player. Gets it back out to Schneider. He's going to back it out. Toomey guarding him closely because he's a good shooter. This is Theo Novick. With 12 seconds to go, Harriton will hold it for the last shot.
Yeah, just don't give up one here.
Cougars can take some fouls here if they want. There's a shot into the corner. 3-pointer put up. No good. Back rim. That'll be the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, your hometown Cougars of Springfield 34 and the visiting Rams of Harriton 25. That was a very good quarter for Springfield. The Cougars poured in 15 points in the third quarter and held Harriton to 7 to extend the 1-point lead at halftime to the current advantage of 9. Actually, it was at 15-7.
Yeah, at half it was 18-19. We were up 1. They had that 4-point play right at the end of the half there that got them within 1.
Right, so 15-7, 8-point advantage in the third, next to the 9-point lead now. Good quarter by Springfield.
Yeah, and we talked about them not shooting well. 3 threes in that quarter. It makes a huge difference.
It's unbelievable,
isn't
it?
Yeah.
I mean, Springfield scored 19 points in the first half. And I don't think they made a single three. And then Springfield comes out in the third quarter and knocks down 3 threes on the way to 15 points. So, at the end of the day, what do they say about basketball, Don? It's you got to put the ball in the basket. That is the purpose of the sport, right?
But either here, we should be in the 40s here. You know what I mean? We do another 10 to 15 in this quarter, and we're up in the high 40s, right where we want to be. This is why, and we talk about the Central League, this is why Garnet Valley is so dangerous. They shoot the 3. They got 3 guys that can hit the 3, and that's why they're so dangerous. They can score on you so quickly.
So as play resumes, it's Harriton's ball. They're down by 9. As we begin the fourth quarter, that guy's wide open on the wing. Can't leave a player that open. That was Billy Wurtzel. And now Harriton's going to show some pressure. Toomey gets it down to Altos. Pep is going to go to the basket, puts up the shot. It's good. Pep Altos with the bucket. On a quick update from Harriton, the girls were down by 14 points at halftime, and now with 2 minutes to go in the third, they've cut the lead to 4, 35-31. So we'll see how that game progresses.
Yeah, that's Coach McNichol. They're pushing hard, make sure they're coming through with a good game. They have to win to have any chance of getting in either the Central League or the district, so a win is a must.
That's exactly right. Pass into the corner, back out to the wing. Shot put up, no good by Torrey. Chris Dolan with the rebound. Cougars here with a chance to get that double-digit lead we were talking about. Chris Dolan has it into the corner to Toomey. He's alone. Looks a little short. They're going to have a foul called.
No, that hit the top. It hit the black bar at the top.
So they ruled it out of play. So with that, it'll be Harriton ball. Down by 8. We still have 6:45 to go here in regulation. Theo Novick with it, gets it to the top of the key to Jonah Axelman, guarded by Chris Dolan. Back to Novick, goes to the basket, puts up a layup, it's good. Nice job protecting the ball with his body against the defender, and he gets a nice shot up. The lead's now down to 6. Long pass over to Chris Dolan. Chris to the corner to Toomey. Drives to the baseline and is fouled. That'll be the first team foul for either team here in the fourth quarter. Billy Wurtzel called on his first personal of the game. Nobody's even close to being in foul trouble. There goes Mason Ellis into the paint. Backs up. Gets it to Logan Cobb, back to TJ, goes up and under, puts it up and good. Outstanding move there, strong, athletic move to the backboard there, done by TJ Valetti. He was not going to be denied.
Yeah, I mean, he's so quick off his feet, number one, but when he makes a quick spin move like that, accelerates up to the basket, that's exactly what we need from him.
So TJ will attempt to complete the traditional three-point play. Shots around and out.
We've only shot 3 foul shots. We're 1 for 4. 4 free throws we've shot, 1 for 4. We really have to concentrate on that as we get ready for the playoffs here. We have to shoot over 50%.
Klein into the corner. Bring it out to Axelman. He backs it out to Torrey. Torrey backs it out. Top of the key, Charlie Klein. Back to Klein for 3. Shot's good. Charlie Klein with a triple. Gets the lead down to 5. Tom Toomey has it. We still have 5:15 to go. Beautiful pass to Mason Ellis. Mason goes up with the left hand. Nice smooth effort there by the freshman, Don, with that left hand. Torrey with it. Top of the key, stolen by Chris Dolan. Chris is going to the basket. He goes up and he scores. Steal at midcourt by Chris Dolan, anticipating the pass. Big bucket there for the Cougars. Gets the lead back to 9.
Yeah, let's hope this is a breakout game for Chris. He's got 14 points right now.
Good move to the basket by Jonah Axelman. He weaved his way through the entire Springfield defense, ended up with a layup. Valetti with it. TJ into the corner. Toomey to Dolan. Cross court to Ellis. Toomey for 3. A little bit short. Good effort by TJ Valetti on the offensive glass. He really elevated to get that. Back to Ellis. Mason to the corner. Shots blocked. Logan Cobb's shot blocked from the corner. Cole Chodkowski will check back in for the Rams. We have 4:07 remaining in regulation. Springfield with a 7-point lead and the ball. Valetti goes to the basket. Top of the key to Ellis. Mason over to Chris Dolan. No particular hurry here for the Cougars. Corner. Cobb. Logan pulls it out. We'll keep our eye on the clock for you. Toomey to Cobb. Logan to Ellis. Mason gets it to Tom Toomey. Had the layup. Didn't quite get the spin he wanted. Almost a steal. We're going to have a reach-in foul called on Springfield. That'll be on Tom Toomey. A little frustration there. Excellent give and go on the offensive end.
It was a great cut. He's finishing on his weak hand, his left hand, but he was up there. You know what I mean? He's just got to lay that up on the white square.
So Harriton down 7 has the ball. Still a 3-possession game with 3:28 remaining in regulation. Pass into the corner to Chodkowski. Out to Torrey. Cross court to Axelman. Axelman goes to the baseline, gets stopped, and slides onto the baseline. He didn't like the call, but it doesn't matter.
I don't think he realized his foot went out of bounds. Yeah.
His foot hit the end line. Nate Seltzer checks back into the game for the Rams. Harriton down by 7 with just 3:14 to go, showing some full court pressure. Cougars break it easily. TJ is going to the basket. Shot's no good. Klein with the rebound for Harriton. Gets it into the corner. Wide open shot. Hesitant shooter goes down the baseline. A little bit more comfortable down there. Puts up the shot. No good. Good defense by Chris Dolan. He comes down with the rebound. Dolan going to the glass. And he's fouled by Chodkowski. That'll be Harriton's 3rd team foul here in the 4th quarter. Springfield only has 1. We have 2:51 remaining in regulation. Valetti gets it to Toomey, goes up strong, and once again the layup falls out. Got to keep making those plays though. Most of the time those layups are going to drop. Harriton still in the game, down 7 with 2:29 to go in regulation.
Just keep it on the defensive end here. Make it difficult for them to score.
3-point shots, no good. Dolan with the rebound. Springfield, see if they start taking some of the air out of the ball. Toomey to Ellis. Mason, top of the key to Dolan. Cross court to Toomey. To Valetti. Gets down low and gets fouled. That was not a shooting foul.
Yeah, when Valetti feels he's getting hit like that, he's got to throw it up to the rim.
Cobb pivoting, gets it out to Valetti. We're down to 2 minutes remaining in regulation. TJ doing the right thing here. A shorter game is to the advantages of Cougars right now. Dolan backs in, goes up, shots around and good. Great game by Chris Dolan. You talk about senior leadership, Don. This is what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we need. We need him and Toomey to really step up to make up for Pat Flaherty being out of the game. And Chris is doing it tonight. Toomey's doing it also. They just got to continue this.
3-point shots, no good. Logan Cobb tracks down the rebound for Springfield. And now with just a minute 24 to go in regulation, Springfield has a 9-point lead and the ball. So it's looking better for the blue and gold. Harriton's going to have to come out and foul somebody or get some turnovers. Charlie Klein guarding Dolan. Chris gets it to Tom Toomey into the corner. Logan Cobb for three. It's no good, but Toomey with the offensive board pulls it out. We're at the 1 minute mark here in tonight's game. Cougars looking to be in pretty good shape. Toomey penetrates, backs out, gets it over to Dolan. Chris backs it out with 47 seconds. Chris, Dolan into the corner. Once again, Logan Cobb for three. It's good. It's good to see Logan Cobb drain that three. And Springfield now has its biggest lead of the game at 47-35. And Don, you can put this one in the W column. Short jumper by Charlie Klein is up and good for Harriton.
Just let him foul. The next foul, you're shooting free throws.
TJ Valetti has it. We're down to 15 seconds. TJ has the ball knocked away and stolen by the Rams. Novick stops and shoots. Back rim, no good. Mason Ellis with the rebound. Stolen right back. That'll be the end of tonight's game. With the final score, your hometown Cougars of Springfield High School, 47, and the visiting Rams of Harriton High School, 37. Springfield edged Harriton by a point in that fourth quarter, 13-12, to stretch the 9-point advantage after three to the margin of victory. 10 points tonight, 47-37. The Cougars outscored Harriton 28-19 in the second half after only scoring 19 in the first half. We talked about the importance of coming out, shooting the three a bit better, and get some more points on the board. And the Cougars upped their number from 19 in the first half to 28 to win, almost going away 47-37. Good win for Springfield, Don.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they really hung in there. You know, you had your senior night, so we don't score much for the first 6 minutes. But then we got going. We had a bad second quarter offensively. They come out in the third quarter and score 15. That's exactly what you have to do. And in the fourth quarter, they just continue that vein, and they score 13 there in the fourth quarter, and they hold Harriton to only 12 points there in the fourth quarter. So good win for the Cougars. Good warm-up for the Central League playoffs. I guess we'll know by Wednesday where the seedings are, and then who they get in the first round will be on the road, which will be a very tough game, I'm sure. Whoever they have, they're going to have to play better than they played tonight offensively, for sure. The defense is always their defense. They always give the teams fits trying to score, but trying to make sure that we're scoring in the 40s, you know, the mid-40s to 50s is what we got to concentrate on.
Yeah, tonight's win actually gives Springfield a season-ending regular season record of 10 wins and 6 losses. So even if Marple defeats Strathaven tonight, they will also end up at 10-6. The Cougars beat Marple twice this year, so I think it's accurate to say Springfield will be the 5 seed in the Central League playoffs. They'll play a game on the road next Thursday night, and they'll play either up at Conestoga or out at Garnet Valley. If both of those teams win or if both of those teams lose tonight, Springfield will play Garnet Valley. That's the likely opponent, but we won't know for sure. Conestoga is playing right now at Haverford. Ridley is at Garnet Valley. Stoga has the tougher game, and anything can happen. Haverford's been coming on playing better recently, but to your point, we won't know until later on tonight and tomorrow. But the Cougars end up with a 10-6 record in the Central League overall this season. Springfield was 15-7, coming off a fine effort in districts last year and a victory at states. This has been a wonderful season for Springfield. We congratulate them on the regular season and wish them well in the Central League playoffs and then in districts, which will be here first round Friday night, February 14th, against an opponent to be determined.
Yeah, I mean, from as far as the districts, where we finished last year, we were the 24th seed and made a bunch of noise. As we went through the 6A, we get moved into the 5A bracket this year. We're in the top 8, which is going to give us one home game. Definitely a better seeding, which will help us as we get into the second and the third round. But, we got some work here. We're going to have to figure out how to play consistently without Pat Flaherty on the floor. I mean, if we're lucky, maybe the second round district game, in a miracle, he comes back. Those high ankle sprains are just so tough to come back from. And I know he's working hard. He's got three physical therapy appointments a week. So he is trying to get it back as quickly as possible. But it's, he's walking around the booth. We're watching him walk over towards us. He's limping for sure on that left side. So, but great win for the Cougars overall. Good season. They definitely had some games this year that they could have won. They should have won. Some tough losses against Upper Darby and Strathaven. We lost a buzzer beater with Garnet Valley here at home that easily could have went our way. So there were more wins to be had, but ultimately this is where we're at. They've worked hard to finish this way, and we can't wait to get started in the playoffs.
So I guess Chris Dolan was the leading scorer tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we want to see, and he had it both halves. He had 7 in the first half, 9 in the second, and led the team in scoring with 16 points. We need Chris to look like that. That's the box score we need from him. And then 3 points for Logan Cobb. He finally got one there in the third, which put the game totally out of reach. Sandy Gregorio, starting his first varsity game, gets a 3 in the first quarter. Good for him. Austin Drager had 2. And then Tom Toomey ended up with 9. Our second leading scorer, TJ Valetti, ended up with 7. And Mason Ellis, the freshman, had 2 points. So, you see a lot of people on the scoreboard there. We were at 47 points, which is great. We'll play defense and we'll play games in the 40, and we'll have a good shot at winning them for sure. And then Harriton finishes out their season. Jonah Snyder had 10 for them. And then Billy Wurtzel had 7. Charlie Klein ended up with 7. You had a couple players with 2 and a couple players with 4. So good night for the Cougars.
So Cougar basketball fans, the regular season may have ended tonight, but Springfield High School boys basketball is far from over for this season. As we mentioned, check your favorite information source. The Cougars will be on the road this Thursday night, either at Garnet Valley or at Conestoga, in a quarterfinal playoff game in the Central League. And then on Friday the 14th, Valentine's Day actually, the first round district game will be here at Springfield against an opponent to be determined based on the remaining games in the regular season. So Don, do you have any final comments before we sign off?
No, nothing better than Cougar playoff basketball. Let's get it going. See if we can make some noise in the Central League. It'll be a tough second round game for sure, with Lower Merion and Pencrest sitting there waiting for the winners of that first round 14 playoff. And then when we get into the districts, we're in the 5A. We don't know a lot of those smaller teams that are below us, and it's going to be fun getting out there and running around the districts.
Yeah, there's teams there like Chichester, Springfield Township, Montgomery County, Strathaven and Radnor are in that area, Unionville, Kennett. So which one ends up being Springfield's opponent on the 14th of February, we don't know. But you're right, there's some interesting names down there that we're not used to because we're back at 5A this year.
And there's 3 teams up from Montgomery County there, Upper Moreland, Pottsgrove, and Upper Dublin, sitting in the top 5, along with Pencrest, who had a tremendous year. But Upper Dublin looks like they're really playing very well, 20-1.
They're a monster team. I think Upper Dublin has potential to represent District 1 and go pretty deep into states, but we'll see. So with that, it's a wrap. Once again, the final score from Springfield High School: your hometown Cougars of Springfield 47, the visiting Rams of Harriton High School 37. On behalf of color commentator Don Mooney, my name is Don Cadge. It's been our pleasure to bring you tonight's game and all of the games this season. It's been a lot of fun. We hope to see you back here on February 14th for a first round district playoff game. So with that, we thank you for watching, and let's go Cougars.